Across the globe, nature is home to a wide variety of animals, each with its special traits and habits. Some of these creatures have remarkable skills and looks that captivate our interest. However, within this diverse group, there are certain animals whose outward appearance can be deceiving. They might seem harmless or even fascinating, but hidden beneath their attractive exteriors are potential dangers. From poisonous bites to deadly stings, these animals pose risks that can be dangerous if approached too closely. Join us as we uncover the 22 most dangerous animals you should never touch. Number 22. Blue-ringed octopus. In the Pacific and Indian Oceans, you can find 4 different kinds of blue-ringed octopuses. These creatures are captivating to look at because of their striking colors and their small size. They're only about 8 inches long. Despite their charming appearance, they are extremely dangerous. It's very important never to touch or handle them, because they are considered the most poisonous animals in the world. Just one of these octopuses has enough venom to kill 26 adult humans. Even though they look calm and attractive, they are a serious threat. Many people are tempted to pick them up when they see them in the water or tide pools. But this is a big mistake. You might not even feel their bite, and by the time you notice any symptoms, it might already be too late. Their venom contains a powerful mix of chemicals like tetrodotoxin, dopamine, taurine, and histamine. This venom is more than 1,200 times stronger than cyanide. Once injected, it acts quickly, causing paralysis within minutes. The effects are severe, including difficulty breathing, nausea, loss of vision, and complete immobility. Unfortunately, many people die because they can't breathe. To make matters worse, there is no specific antidote for their venom. If you receive a lethal dose, your only hope is for a quick resolution, which is a frightening and painful situation. The venom's effects can overwhelm the body so fast that victims may not be able to signal for help. So if you come across these beautiful creatures, enjoy watching them from a safe distance. Never try to touch or handle a blue-ringed octopus, as their bite can have dire consequences with no known cure. Number 21. Mor Eels. Mor eels are among the largest eel species and can be quite frightening. They have poor eyesight, which means they might not see clearly. Although they're not usually aggressive, their lack of vision means they could bite if you get too close, especially if you accidentally put your hand near their mouth. A moray eel bite can be very painful and could lead to serious infections, so if bitten, you should seek medical help immediately. Many people who have been bitten describe the pain as some of the worst from any fish. This intense pain is partly due to the way moray eels bite. They have a unique jaw structure that tears as they bite, similar to the monsters in alien movies. So while exploring underwater, it's best to admire these fascinating creatures from a safe distance. Number 20. The golden poison frog. The golden poison frog, a tiny but incredibly dangerous inhabitant of Colombia's rainforests, is one of the most poisonous animals on Earth. The toxins on its skin are so powerful that just one drop could stop a human heart. Despite its small size, this frog's survival is threatened not just by its size, but also by the loss of its habitat. First discovered and studied in 1978 by dedicated researchers Charles W. Myers, Boris Malkin, and biochemist John W. Daly, this frog's scientific name, Philobates terribilis, highlights the terrifying strength of its toxins. The golden poison frog is native to the dense rainforests of the Cauca and Valle del Cauca regions in Colombia, particularly flourishing in the Chaco rainforest. This area is known for its heavy rainfall, high temperatures, and humidity between 80% and 90%. The frogs live in a habitat smaller than 5,000 square kilometers, which is rapidly being destroyed, endangering their survival. Golden poison frogs lay their eggs on the forest floor, and it is the males who carefully transport the tadpoles to safe, permanent pools of water. Remarkably, These frogs are the largest in the poison dart frog family, weighing about 30 grams and reaching up to 6 centimeters in length when fully grown. Adult golden poison frogs are brightly colored to warn predators of their toxicity, while young frogs are mostly black, with 2 striking golden-yellow stripes. As they mature, their dark color fades, and they develop a wide range of vibrant hues by around 18 weeks of age. Despite being called golden poison frogs, they come in 4 primary color variations, showing a surprising diversity in their appearance. Their bright colors are a visual warning of their poisonous nature. Number 19. Macaques. If you've been to Thailand, India, Cambodia, or nearby countries, you've probably had an encounter with macaques. These animals can be extremely troublesome, especially in places like India and Thailand, where the constant stream of tourists has given them both food and attention. But don't ever try to touch these aggressive creatures. Even a small bite from one can land you in the hospital, needing tetanus and even rabies shots. A recent story from Thailand highlights just how bad these monkeys can get. In one ancient Thai city, the monkey population is completely out of control. The monkeys are high on sugary junk food, and their numbers are booming. Witnesses say that monkey droppings are everywhere, creating a terrible smell during the rainy season. These fearless creatures dominate the streets with their mischievous behavior. To a tourist, they might seem cute, but trying to interact with them can lead to serious trouble. You might end up with a serious injury, lose your belongings, or even have a monkey drinking your beer. Number 18. The Death Stalker Scorpion. The Death Stalker scorpion, also known as Laurus quinquestriatus, is part of the Buthidae family and has several names like the Palestine yellow scorpion, the amber scorpion, and the Nakab desert scorpion. It is often found in the pet market because of its striking look. This scorpion is known for being one of the most dangerous due to its venom, which has strong toxins that affect the nervous system. Even a small amount of its venom can be deadly. When this scorpion stings, it causes intense pain. While this pain is rarely fatal for a healthy adult, it can be very dangerous for children, older adults, or people with health problems like allergies or heart issues. These vulnerable people may have severe reactions, including anaphylaxis, a serious allergic response to the venom. Research from Israel has shown that being stung by the death stalker can lead to a condition called pancreatitis. In fatal cases, the cause of death is usually pulmonary edema, where fluid builds up in the lungs. Several drug companies like Abia, Sanofi Pasteur, and the National Antivenom and Vaccine Production Center in Riyadh make antivenom to treat these stings. Even though antivenom is available, being stung remains a serious medical emergency because the venom is hard to treat and may need large amounts of antivenom to work. In places like the United States, antivenoms for death stalker stings are not officially approved by regulatory agencies like the FDA, so they are only used for research and are not easily available to the public. However, the U.S. Armed Forces have special permission to use antivenom from Riyadh if soldiers in the Gulf War area are stung. Additionally, the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Department manages the Florida Antivenin Bank, which holds the Scorpio Fab antivenom made by Sanofi Pasteur, specifically designed to counteract the death stalker's venom. Number 17. Fire coral. Fire corals are found in tropical and subtropical waters, often forming small brush-like clusters on rocks and coral structures. They usually come in shades of yellow-green to brown. Divers sometimes confuse them with seaweed, but touching them can be very painful. The pain can last from a few days to a couple of weeks, and even after treatment, the area might remain sensitive. When you come into contact with fire corals, they release venom from tiny cells called nematocytes. This venom causes skin irritation, a burning feeling, redness, fever, and hives-like bumps. While the pain is quite uncomfortable, the venom is not deadly to humans. Fire corals have small, tentacle-like structures on their surface that contain these venomous cells. They come in different shapes. Branching ones look like fingers, plate-like ones resemble thin sheets, and encrusting ones grow on the surfaces of other corals. Fire corals reproduce within special chambers inside their structure. You can find fire corals in tropical and subtropical waters around the Indian, Pacific, and Atlantic Oceans, as well as the Caribbean Sea. They are common from South and Southeast Asia to the eastern part of French Polynesia, extending from India to northern Australia. They are also present around Okinawa and southern Japan, and thrive in coastal areas near the Arabian Peninsula, the Persian Gulf, Eastern Africa, Madagascar, the Maldives, Cape Verde, and the Galapagos Islands. In the Caribbean, they are found along Brazil's Atlantic coast and on both the Pacific and Atlantic sides of Panama. Fire corals prefer strong tidal currents and are often found on the outer parts of reefs, upper reef slopes, and lagoons, growing at depths of up to 40 meters. Number 16. African Crested Rat. Rats are often the least liked animals in cities around the world, with the possible exception of cockroaches and, in some places, maybe raccoons. But there's one type of rat that you need to avoid: the African crested rat. This rat is dangerous because it can poison you. The African crested rat chews on the roots of a very toxic tree, creating a poisonous paste in its mouth. Then, it spreads this deadly mixture on its fur, making itself toxic. According to a detailed report by the BBC, any animal that tries to attack the African crested rat will end up with a mouthful of this powerful poison. What's especially fascinating is that this behavior has never been seen in any other mammal before. A researcher from the University of Oxford has called it one of the most remarkable defensive strategies found in animals today. So, the key takeaway is to steer clear of the African crested rat, and if you ever come into contact with one, make sure not to touch your mouth afterward. Number 15. Glaucus Atlanticus. The Glaucus Atlanticus, also called the blue sea slug or blue dragon, is a captivating little marine animal found in the open ocean. These sea slugs are about 3 centimeters long and float upside down on the water's surface. They use the tension of the water's surface and their color pattern for camouflage. Their blue topside blends in with the water, while their silver-gray underside matches the sunlight's reflection. They feed on venomous creatures like the Portuguese man-o'-war. Remarkably, these slugs can store the stinging cells from their prey in their tissues, using them for defense. However, touching them can lead to a painful and potentially dangerous sting for humans. Similar to other related species, like G. marginatus, the blue sea slug is often found in tropical and subtropical waters, but recent sightings have shown they might be spreading to new areas. Their diet includes various small marine creatures, and they have special serrated teeth and a strong jaw to help break down their food. One interesting fact about these sea slugs is that they use gas-filled sacs in their stomachs to float and stay upside down. They are hermaphrodites, meaning they have both male and female reproductive organs, which helps them avoid the venomous parts of their partners during mating. They lay up to 20 egg strings, often attaching them to bits of wood or other debris, and can produce around 55 egg strings per hour. Despite living in the open ocean, these sea slugs sometimes wash up on beaches around the world. They use their specialized teeth to swim slowly toward prey or mates. However, their sting can cause symptoms similar to a Portuguese man-o'-war's sting, such as nausea, pain, vomiting, dermatitis, and skin discoloration. Handling them can be risky due to their ability to store venomous cells. Number 14. Indian red scorpion. Indian red scorpions, which come from India, Pakistan, and Nepal, have been known to scientists since 1798. These scorpions, which can grow to about 4 inches long, have a wide range of colors, from bright oranges and reds to softer browns and blues. They are mainly active at night and like to eat small animals like lizards, but a lot of their behavior is still unknown. They are often found in lush, leafy areas and are surprisingly common near human settlements. This closeness to people has made them both fascinating and frightening to locals. While they are not naturally aggressive, they will react quickly if they come into contact with human skin, using their tail to deliver a venomous sting. Getting stung by one of these scorpions can have serious effects. The venom causes severe pain, ongoing vomiting, and loss of consciousness, and in some cases can lead to pinkish mucus and irregular heartbeats. In the worst cases, it can be fatal. There is no specific antidote for their venom, but certain treatments can help with recovery. Mortality rates vary, ranging from 8% to 40%, with children being the most at risk. Number 13. Sea urchin. When you're diving near coral reefs, you might spot sea urchins. These marine animals are interesting but can be dangerous. There are over 200 species of sea urchins, each with unique shapes and colors. Although they look appealing, it's best to avoid touching them because of their sharp spines. Sea urchins protect themselves in two main ways. First, their spines serve as a visible warning to predators. Second, their spines contain venom that can hurt if you accidentally touch one. Whether or not the spines puncture your skin matters a lot. If they do, the venom may enter your body and cause pain and swelling, and sometimes the spines might even break off inside you, leading to more serious issues. A sting from a sea urchin is painful and can cause immediate discomfort and swelling at the spot. Besides the pain, you might also feel weak, sore, tired, and in severe cases, you could experience paralysis. Without treatment, the sting area could get infected, making things worse. Some people might even have life-threatening reactions due to severe allergies to the venom. Number 12. Kanji Jellyfish. In the waters of northern Australia, there lives a tiny but incredibly dangerous creature called the Kanji Jellyfish. Despite being no bigger than a fingernail, this jellyfish is one of the most feared marine animals in the world. It's named after the Kanji people who live along the coast, who first encountered the jellyfish's mysterious and painful effects. The Kanji jellyfish is small, but its tentacles can stretch out several feet. These tentacles are lined with powerful stingers that deliver venom much stronger than that of a cobra, about 100 times more potent, and an astounding 1,000 times stronger than tarantula venom. Even a brief brush with these tentacles can trigger severe reactions. When someone comes into contact with an Kanji jellyfish, they quickly experience intense symptoms. These include severe headaches, extreme nausea, and violent vomiting. The venom speeds up the heart rate, and victims often suffer from hallucinations, making the ordeal both surreal and excruciating. The effects can last for days or even weeks, and without prompt medical treatment, the condition can be fatal. Recent advances in medical science have improved the ability to treat and manage these stings. Although encounters with the Kanji jellyfish still require hospitalization, deaths have become much less common. New treatments and methods have been developed to lessen the severity of the venom's effects. Number 11. Pufferfish. Pufferfish, which live in warm waters all over the world and include over 200 different species, are truly fascinating creatures. Despite their variety and charm, these fish come with a serious warning. Most pufferfish have a strong defense mechanism that makes them dangerous for unsuspecting adventurers. These fish aren't very good at swimming quickly, so they need to protect themselves from predators. When a pufferfish feels threatened, it goes through an amazing change. It inflates its body by taking in water or air, turning itself into a round, spiky ball. Although they might look harmless, they have tiny, sharp spines and contain a potent toxin called tetrodotoxin in their flesh. This toxin is extremely dangerous to humans. Even if someone survives an encounter with a pufferfish, they might still experience severe discomfort or pain from being near the toxin. Interestingly, other sea creatures like sharks don't find the pufferfish appealing because of the toxin's taste. This helps the pufferfish avoid being eaten by sharks, but for these predators, the toxin only causes an unpleasant experience rather than serious harm. The pufferfish is a remarkable example of how nature creates a balance between beauty and danger. Its seemingly calm appearance hides a complex defense system. Number 10. The hooded Ptooie. The hooded Ptooie is one of the rare venomous birds in the world. Though it's highly unlikely you'll come across one, unless you're in a chicken coop and happen to find a chick, it's fascinating to learn about this unique bird. First, it's important to know that the hooded Ptooie doesn't live in North America. It mainly inhabits the rainforests and tropical jungles of New Guinea. So the chances of encountering one are practically zero, which is a relief. This bird is notable because it is the first venomous bird ever officially recorded in scientific studies. While myths about poisonous birds have circulated, this is the first documented case. It's strikingly colorful and gives off a peculiar smell. Its venomous nature is due to its diet. The bird eats berries and insects, including toxic beetles. The poison from these beetles transfers to the Ptooie, making it poisonous as well. Number 9. Brazilian Wandering Spider. The Brazilian wandering spider, known for its painful bite, is a group of 8 different species. These spiders belong to the genus Phoneutria, which means murderous in Greek, highlighting their dangerous nature. They can grow up to 8 inches long, and unlike many spiders, they don't spin webs. Instead, they roam the jungle floor searching for food. These spiders aren't naturally aggressive. They only bite when they feel threatened. First, they'll raise their front legs as a warning. If the threat continues, they may strike, injecting venom that can cause severe pain. The venom works quickly. Almost immediately after a bite, the victim feels excruciating pain. Within minutes, their blood pressure can fluctuate wildly, causing dangerous highs and lows. Their heart rate speeds up erratically. Muscles may cramp and spasm, and they might experience dizziness and confusion. The entire experience can be incredibly frightening and painful. Although death from a bite is rare, the effects are so intense that victims might wish for a quicker end. The symptoms can last for hours or even days, making the ordeal very grueling. Given the potency of their venom, it's important to be careful around these spiders. They don't look for fights, but if provoked, their defensive bite can be very serious. Number 8. The Maricopa Harvester Ant. The Maricopa Harvester Ant, scientifically known as Pogonomyrmex maricopa, is interesting for several reasons. Common in Arizona's drylands, this ant species can also be found in various states across the U.S. and parts of Mexico. Despite its harmless look, it possesses venom that is considered among the strongest in the insect world. These ants build their homes with more than just sand. They use stones and gravel to create intricate mounds. What's unique about these mounds is the protective cap they add. This cap is made from a mixture of fine sand and about 60% calcium carbonate, forming a sturdy shield that protects their homes from strong winds and erosion. This cap keeps their underground chambers safe and stable. The venom of these ants is incredibly potent. When tested on mice, a tiny amount, just 0.12 milligrams per kilogram, can be lethal. This means that as few as 12 stings could kill a 2-kilogram rat, demonstrating the venom's power despite the ant's small size. For humans, a sting results in severe and persistent pain, caused by a mix of amino acids, peptides, proteins, and other compounds in the venom. But there's more to these ants than just their venom. They have a sophisticated way of communicating. When one ant is in danger, its venom sends out a chemical signal, alerting nearby ants to work together to defend their colony. This coordinated response acts like a chemical alarm system. Additionally, Maricopa Harvester ants play an important role in their ecosystem. They act as nature's cleanup crew, carrying dead insects into their nests where decomposition starts. Number 7. Pissmoth. The Pissmoth caterpillar might look like a cute creature you'd want to catch and keep in a jar, but it's not something you should handle. These caterpillars are covered in fuzzy, soft-looking hairs that make them seem inviting to touch. They are among the most poisonous caterpillars in North America. You can find these caterpillars throughout the southern U.S., especially in the shade of trees, and they are common around homes and schools. Their numbers are highest in late spring and late fall. They are easy to spot because of their long, silky hairs that resemble tufts of fur. The real danger with the Pissmoth caterpillar is that if its hairs come into contact with your skin, they can inject venom. This can cause severe pain, a burning sensation, and a rash. While it's unlikely to be deadly, it can be very uncomfortable. To avoid any risk, it's best to avoid touching caterpillars altogether. Number 6. Flamboyant Cuddlefish. In the peaceful waters of the Indo-Pacific, there lives a cuttlefish that stands out from the rest. This is the flamboyant cuttlefish, a fascinating species known for its dazzling colors. Even though it's only about 3 to 4 inches long, it's impressive not just for its appearance but also for its potential danger. The flamboyant cuttlefish is called flamboyant, not only because of its bright, striking colors, but also because it's one of the few cuttlefish species with toxins. Some scientists even think its venom might be as dangerous as that of the famous blue-ringed octopus. This cuttlefish spends its time searching through mud and silt on the sea floor for food. But behind its vibrant look, it hides a dangerous secret. Every part of its body contains strong acids and chemicals. These can cause severe pain if touched, and can be fatal if ingested. For local fishermen, encountering a flamboyant cuttlefish is a challenge. These creatures are quite rare, which lowers the risk of such accidents. Some special aquariums around the world do house flamboyant cuttlefish, but caring for them is tricky due to their unique needs. Even though there's growing interest in keeping exotic marine animals, flamboyant cuttlefish are not commonly found in private aquariums because of the difficulties in safely acquiring and caring for them. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Deep in the jungle lived a creature called the thorn beast. It wasn't big, but it was incredibly dangerous. Its body was covered in sharp, glowing spines, and it moved silently through the trees. No one had ever seen it up close because its spines had a powerful venom that could make anyone who touched it very sick. One day, a curious explorer named Mia ventured into the jungle, drawn by stories of a hidden treasure. As she pushed through thick vines, she spotted the thorn beast sleeping on a mossy rock. Mesmerized by its strange beauty, she reached out to touch its spine. Just as her fingers brushed the glowing spines, the thorn beast woke up and hissed. Mia felt a sharp sting and quickly pulled her hand away. She knew instantly she had made a terrible mistake. The venom spread fast, making her feel weak and dizzy. Fortunately, she knew to seek help immediately and survived the encounter. What are your thoughts on the mysterious encounter with the thorn beast? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Number 5. Africanized honeybee. Africanized honeybees, often called killer bees, first appeared in the 1950s when scientists intentionally bred different bee species. They were brought to Brazil to boost honey production, but they quickly spread to other continents, including the United States. Unlike regular honeybees, these Africanized bees are extremely defensive. If you disturb their nest, they'll attack aggressively and continue to do so until they believe the threat is completely gone. They can chase intruders for over a quarter of a mile and are known for their relentless pursuit. Africanized bees are much more aggressive than other bees, delivering over 10 times more stings. Their aggression has been linked to more than 1,000 deaths, often caused when people accidentally get too close to their hives. These bees claim a larger territory around their hives and have more guard bees compared to other species, which makes them even more protective of their space. It can be challenging to tell Africanized honeybees apart from regular ones just by looking at them, as they look quite similar. Their dangerous nature becomes apparent through their behavior. If you encounter a group of bees, it's best to be cautious and avoid any actions that might provoke them. Their fierce reputation serves as a reminder to respect their territory and stay alert to any signs of their presence. Even if they appear harmless, they can be quite dangerous, so it's wise to exercise caution in their habitats. Number 4. The cone snail. Cone snails are a fascinating group of marine creatures with over 600 species ranging from harmless to highly dangerous. Despite their slow movement along the ocean floor and their often beautiful eye-catching shells, some cone snails are incredibly dangerous. These snails have developed a remarkable method for catching their prey. They use a venomous tooth shaped like a harpoon, which they shoot into their target with impressive speed and precision. This venomous harpoon paralyzes the prey almost instantly, giving the snail time to move in and consume it. Many people are drawn to the vibrant shells of cone snails and might be tempted to touch them. However, doing so can trigger the harpoon mechanism, which can pierce skin and even get through protective gloves. Of the many cone snail species, a few possess venom potent enough to be deadly. There have been about 27 recorded deaths from cone snail venom throughout history. The symptoms of a cone snail sting can be severe and frightening. Victims might experience blurred vision, difficulty breathing, painful swelling, and severe vomiting. These symptoms can escalate quickly, sometimes leading to death before medical help can arrive. This is why cone snails are sometimes called cigarette snails, referring to the idea that a person might only have time for a final smoke before succumbing to their venom. Number 3. Lomia obliqua. The Lomia obliqua, also known as the giant silkworm moth or Phanomia oblique, might not look very special when it's an adult. However, its caterpillar stage is both fascinating and dangerous. These caterpillars, about 2 inches long, blend perfectly into the lush forests of South America with their green or brown colors. Despite their good camouflage, these caterpillars are a favorite meal for many animals in the region. To protect themselves, they have developed a unique defense. Their bodies are covered in tiny, hollow hairs that can easily break off. These hairs can either be inhaled or stick to the skin, and they carry a powerful venom. This venom makes the Lomia obliqua the only known caterpillar with venom that can be deadly to humans. Even a single sting from this caterpillar releases venom, and experts say that 20 to 100 stings could be enough to cause death. There have been at least 500 recorded deaths linked to this caterpillar, showing just how dangerous its venom can be. The venom starts by causing swelling and then leads to severe headaches, fever, and vomiting. Within 24 hours, it can progress to a serious bleeding disorder called hemorrhagic diathesis, which can be fatal. Encountering this caterpillar in the wild is a serious warning. Just a brief touch could lead to serious health issues. Number 2. Vampire bugs. There's an insect you should avoid touching, and it's not just any bug. It's called the kissing bug, or vampire bug. These bugs, which suck blood, are commonly found in warm places like Asia, Africa, and Latin America. However, as of 2019, they've started spreading in the United States, showing up in at least 29 states, according to the CDC. You might be wondering why a bug with such a cute name could be a problem. It turns out that, despite its name, the kissing bug isn't charming at all. It got its name because it often bites people around their faces, especially near the lips, usually while they're asleep. It might be better to call it the no-consent bug because of how it sneaks up on people. The real danger is that these bugs can spread a serious illness called Chagas disease. This disease can lead to stomach problems and heart issues. If you spot one of these bugs, which look a bit like ordinary beetles from the woods, avoid touching it. You might accidentally bring it inside where it can bite you, drink your blood, and potentially make you sick. It's pretty disgusting. Number 1. Black widow spider. The black widow spider isn't the deadliest in the world, but it's one you don't want to encounter. If you live in North America, especially in the northern regions, you don't need to worry too much about dangerous spiders. The main one you'll come across is the black widow. Although a black widow bite isn't usually life-threatening, it can be extremely painful. According to poison.org, you'll feel sharp pain right away, and it can be very intense. Your muscles might cramp up, and in some cases you might need anti-venom to ease the suffering. The good news is that black widow spiders are quite easy to identify. Even if you're someone who enjoys exploring your garden and looking for spiders, you should be able to spot a black widow quickly. It has a round, shiny abdomen and a distinctive red hourglass shape on its underside. If you see one, it's best to avoid touching it. Which of these dangerous animals you should never touch did you find the most interesting? Let us know your answer in the comments section.